Pollock news. Yeah, we do have some news, breaking news. Manny Machado and Bryce Harper. Nothing's happened yet.
Good one, brother. Good one.
So, on GT Sports Talk, I'm Bobby Thompson.
I'm Julian Gallardi. And to keep that theme going, the same thing with JT Realmuto. It's breaking news. Nothing still. But apparently the Reds are now the front runner, whatever that means.
Well, yeah, you know what?
It's a new front runner every day. Someone made a funny joke the other day. They're like, is it going to be Royals tomorrow? Like, honestly, it's like, who's it going to be? It could be anyone. Let's try to, timeline this for a second. So, it was Astros. We had Tampa Bay. We had Atlanta. We had the Mets.
Weren't we interested at
There was even the Yankees. Looked slight rumblings that I never really bought into, but they were out there. There was Mets, Braves, Phillies, even Nationals, basically the whole NL East. Then there's Reds, Padres, Dodgers, Rays. This is just unbelievable stuff. Basically half of Major League Baseball has apparently been interested in JT Realmuto at some point. So who knows if he's actually going to get traded or where he's going to end up or when he's going to get traded. I couldn't tell you. I have no clue. I'm not going to pretend I know. Same thing with Bryce Harper and Manny Machado. I don't know anything, where they're going, when they're going. There was a lot of smoke around Bryce Harper and the Phillies today. That is not true at all. That is not legitimate yet. Apparently, they're still the front runner, but what does that even mean? He still hasn't signed with anyone. And they say the White Sox are the front runner for Manny. Again, I'll believe it when I see it. So enough for them for now. Hall of Fame talk. Yankees, Mariano Rivera. Let's go, baby. Look at this headline. Perfect. 100%. Other side as well. Here's his plaque in the Yankees Monument Park. And yes, Mariano's the GOAT. Best closer ever. And the first unanimous Hall of Famer. Congrats to Mo. Big shout out. I actually know his son, believe it or not. Really? Happy for the family. Remember I told you I was in a class with him at Quinnipiac freshman year?
Oh, yeah,
that's a real thing. I really do know. So, yeah. That's cool. I was happy for the family. I saw that video that they were all in. He was in it as well. So, yeah, great moment for Mariano, and I'm excited about that. And then the rest of the Hall of Fame. Edgar Martinez gets in, well-deserved, the 10th year, 85% of the ballot. He finally gets his name called. Ken Griffey Jr. was on the show. He was a big advocate for Edgar making the Hall of Fame. Very good friends, those two. Go back to their days in Seattle, so it was nice to see that. Also, the late, great Roy Halladay made the Hall of Fame. Very emotional situation there. First ballot Hall of Famer, 85%, well-deserved and well-earned. His family has said that he won't wear a hat, which I find curious, but I have to respect the decision. I figured he would wear a Blue Jays hat, but let him be whatever they want. I mean, it's fine. And then the same thing with Mike Messina, our boy Moose. 76% of the vote. He makes him his 6th year, and I was happy for him. He pitched 8 years with us, 10 years with Baltimore, so he's also undecided on which hat. He won't wear one either, so more power to him. I mean, I would have liked to see a Yankees hat, but hey, at least it's not Baltimore. So, I guess it's a decent constellation. Congrats to the two former Yankees. Big-time stuff. Cooperstown. It's 4 new guys, and it's one of the best classes I've seen in a while.
Yeah, it really is. And you know what? Mariano Rivera, unanimous. He is really the greatest of all time.
That this happened.
And Roy Halladay, I will say this, he really was one of the best pitchers I've ever seen. He was so classy. For sure. He was a great guy. Really, and when he played the Yankees, what did he do?
He dominated us. Yep. Yes, I hated facing Halladay. Like Bobby said, there was a 10-year period. He was the best pitcher in baseball, arguably.
Yep.
He was really doing well for a while. So, it's actually funny. What is this? Red Sox signed Henry MIlija. That's the guy that had all those failed tests with the Mets. I think what does that say? He's failed 3 drug tests on there?
Yeah, so they signed him.
So I guess that's breaking news. And the Red Sox need anyone that can get in the bullpen.
Is this going to take them out of
Kimbrel?
Yeah.
No. This has to be like a nothing deal because I haven't seen any terms, but this guy's like 1 drug test away from being suspended for life. I thought he was, honestly. I'm surprised he's back, to be honest.
Yeah.
I guess I don't even know how long he's been out for. Maybe a year or 2. So I guess he gets 1 more shot at this. So they're just taking a shot in the dark because they need bullpen arms.
Yeah.
They don't want to spend any money, apparently, which has been very clear. The only player they've signed is Nathan Eovaldi the whole offseason. So it seems to be that they are very content with not bringing Kimbrel back.
Yeah, it's Kimbrel was really good in the postseason. He had a good year last year, but the fact that he's still out there just says something. You know, he's one of the best closers in baseball.
Yeah.
And all these free agents are still available. And also, by the way, in 2 weeks' time, this Thursday, 2 weeks' time, pitchers and catchers report, and there's still people that are not signed.
Yeah.
So this is something has to give.
It's really getting down to it, like Bobby said. I believe it's around 15 days till the Yankees break camp with their pitchers and catchers. Me and Bobby are actually going to be down there during one of the first 2 days. We may even visit the spring training site. So we'll definitely have some footage and some information about that. If we end up going down there, that should be fun. Get some interactive stuff going on at Steinbrenner Field. So that's always a good time. Get some nice weather. See the boys break camp. But the question is, will any of these guys get signed in the next few days? What's going to happen, I guess? There's still 5 guys out there that get my attention, mainly maybe 6, you could argue. Keuchel, Kimbrel, as we talked about, obviously Harper, Manny, Marwin Gonzalez is huge, still not re-signed. There was one thing I saw. For the first time, the Astros had said they may be open to bringing back Marwin and Keuchel. That caught my attention. I hadn't heard that before. Will they go back? Maybe, maybe not. Who knows what their markets look like? I'm not sure because they still haven't signed anything yet.
Yeah.
I know Marwin's a Boris guy, so I feel that can be holding him up. He probably wants the moon, I'm guessing. And then Keuchel, I don't know what his deal is. I'm guessing the decline. I think teams don't see him how he sees himself. I think that's where the disconnect is with Dallas Keuchel. There's also a rumor floating that he wants to go to the Mets now. I've seen that pop up.
What?
Yeah, and I think that could be a decent fit, honestly, depending on the terms, because Jason Vargas is bunts. He's horrible.
Yeah.
If you could take out Jason Vargas and put in Dallas Keuchel, that's a huge upgrade. Even a diminished Dallas Keuchel is better than Jason Vargas. So that would be interesting to see. But again, nothing's imminent with any of these guys. I have no idea what's going on with them, when they're going to sign. So we have to see how this all plays out.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see. The fact that he wants to go to the Mets is really baffling to me. But I will say this, you know what? That seems like a pretty decent fit.
Yeah, I could see it. He would be in the back ends of rotation, maybe behind Wheeler in that 3 or 4 area.
And listen, you give the Mets Dallas Keuchel. Listen, he's not what he used to be, but he's still serviceable.
Yes, he is. And
you could get him on a cheap deal. I'm telling you, the Mets pitching staff is underrated in my opinion.
Now you just brought me into my point. The Mets made a nice move actually over the past week. They signed Justin Wilson, who was with the Cubs.
Yes.
He's a lefty. He's going to be their 7th inning guy. So now you have Justin Wilson the 7th, MIlija in the 8th, and Diaz in the 9th. So the Mets have really turned around their bullpen considering how horrible it was.
So it seems that the New York bullpens
are very
just
strong.
If you go to the later innings, it's over.
Yeah, so let's break down Wilson. He was 4-5 with a 3.4 last year. His wins above replacement were just under 1. In his career, he has a 3.30 ERA with 14 saves. So, and if you're in a pinch, you could close games. But they have MIlija, they have Diaz. He won't be closing anything, I wouldn't think, unless someone gets hurt. But he's a good guy in the 7th. He's good. It's always good to have lefties in the bullpen. So I commend this move for the Mets. Around 2 years, $10 million for Wilson. So I thought it was a good deal on both sides.
Yeah, I did too. It was, you know what the Mets knew what they wanted. The new GM has really done a tremendous job in really fixing up that bullpen, which they really needed to do. He went out and got Jed Lowry. You know what? The Mets, maybe they could shock people. They're not going to win 90 or 100 games by any means. But maybe, you know what? Maybe they crack 80-something. Maybe we don't know.
Yeah. I think they could be an 80-win team. I could see 85, 85+, maybe just under 90. I would max them out at like 88 right now if I was looking at this now.
That's really...
Which is really a far cry from what they were, so they should be proud of what's been done. It just depends if the guys stay on the field, which is huge for them, obviously. And the one thing that could change these projections is if Cespedes comes back sooner than expected. Yes. He's that big bat they're missing. They really need one more nice bat. A solid outfielder would do well. Their infield's very crowded now, so they don't need anyone in there. But if Cespedes comes back, that'd be huge for them.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
We're actually going to do predictions later on. As we know everything, we're going to run through our previews, and we're going to go each division of what we think is going to happen. But we have to wait to see what happens with these signings and trades. So we don't know anything. Like, the Phillies could end up with one of these guys. Maybe Yankees surprise still. Like, there's still so much stuff going on right now.
We don't know anything, and you know what? It's starting to get ridiculous. This
waiting game is like, well overdrawn.
And the one thing too is with football free agency compared to this, during the NFL free agency, there's the tampering period, like a day or two before, and you find out about basically half the signings,
before they even start. You're telling me everything I need to know. You're getting those tweets out there. Can't wait to see that.
Wait, man. I can't wait for NFL free agency.
Yeah, that'll be a lot better than this because players actually sign at a reasonable time. Same thing with the NBA too, and hockey. They all go. Baseball has to fix it. This is like we're beating a dead horse at this point. How we're preaching this, we've been saying this weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, and it's just getting to be ridiculous. Honestly,
every week, Julian and I wake up. Every Monday, every Tuesday. Every Tuesday we wake up, and I think, and I know you think this too. Is this the day we're going to get a signing?
Yes, we've been thinking this for weeks. We wake up. Is this the day we can finally break the news about Harper Machado? Is this the day we can finally see the Yankees make that big splash we've been waiting for?
Listen,
we've made nice moves, but it's not that big splash yet.
We're going to tell you this. When they sign, I don't care if it's during the Super Bowl. No,
that's the only time we wouldn't cover it. But they won't do that.
We are going to do an emergency show.
Yes, whichever one of them sides, for both of them, we'll probably have separate ones unless they somehow do it together, which I doubt. But here's the situation. They're not going to sign during the Super Bowl. They've waited all this time. They're not going to distract it now. They want the stage for themselves, clearly. I don't know when they're going to figure it out, but whenever they do, I'm sure it's going to be just that.
You want my prediction? Here's my prediction.
Let's hear it.
I think after the Super Bowl, I'm very
intrigued by this.
I think around the Super Bowl's the 3rd. I'm going to say around the 6th or the 7th. That's when you're really going to hear.
Okay. Well, it's got to. Yeah, because teams are going to break camp soon.
You know who's going to sign first? It's
Bryce. You think Harper's going to be first now? That would be a stunning turn of events because the whole time I thought Machado was going to be first.
You want my prediction?
Who?
He goes back. No, he goes back to Washington.
That's what you had said the other week, actually.
And Manny Machado?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm tired of saying this, but I'm going to keep.
You still pick Yankees?
You know what? There's just something in my gut saying that, you know what?
We're going to figure it out.
I've seen this too many times, Julian. We saw this around this time with Teixeira.
Except the only issue is that this is going on way longer. Teixeira was Christmas time when we did it. But yes, we did swoop in. Interested? Yes, it was a similar situation because we said we weren't interested. I can see that with Bryce Harper, honestly, because there's no interest in Bryce Harper. Will we swoop in and go get him? I don't understand how you have a power lefty hitter that's 29 years old and 26, not 29. He fills the hole that you need because don't tell me left field's not a hole. Brett Gardner's not a real starter.
I just yawned because I'm so tired of talking about the Yankees outfield.
Yeah, listen, Giancarlo can play DH, Harper can play left field. Come on, let's make this happen. It's not that hard, honestly. And if you say the infield's cluttered, that can be solved too. You can always cut Tulo. You can trade someone besides. Obviously,
we might as well just stick with LeMahieu for what we have.
Well, no, LeMahieu's going to be with us. I don't think he's going anywhere because we signed him, so I don't feel like we're going to just trade him like that.
However, I do believe that if literally Brian Cashman, you want to sell tickets, you want to make more money, why don't you just go out and go sign arguably the best lefty hitter in baseball right now? Why?
Yeah.
Why are you just letting? He's sitting in literally. This is like going to.
I feel like he's waiting for us still. Honestly,
I do too. Here's an analogy for you. You might laugh. Okay. I know you're gonna laugh at this.
Let's hear it.
This is like going, and some people I know might know this. This is like going to an all-you-can-eat buffet, and you see that huge thing of sushi, and it's right there. You have all. The California rolls, the Poro, whatever the crap it is. I don't know. I don't eat sushi. So,
I do. I kind of know what you're talking about.
It's right in front of you. And
you get the salad, basically.
You go over there and get the salad. Here's my analogy.
That's all we've been doing all season, basically.
Basically, the Yankees are going, like I said, they're shopping at Dollar Tree while other teams are shopping at Saks Fifth Avenue.
Yes. The only time I mean, you're right, though. The only time it looked like Zach Britton for $13 million a year wasn't a cheap deal by any means. And DJ for $12 million definitely wasn't too cheap either. But, again, they're beating around the bush. They're just not going for that big splash. They're just trying to patch up all the little things,
I am happy about Ottavino.
Yes, I'm James Paxton, obviously. Yep. We both love James Paxton. So there has been some good stuff. It's just missing that one big splash to put us over the top. Go ahead.
We never got to talk about this. This is big news. Adam Ottavino will be the first ever Yankee to wear a number 0.
Yes.
That's
good
something.
Stuff.
And the thing is, too, I could confirm this. the whole organization had to talk about this because they didn't like this.
Oh, yeah, this was a big thing.
And they decided that this is number 0. No one's ever done this. That's history.
Yeah.
He already made history. You're the first person in the history of the Yankees, because the Yankees, basically all their low numbers are retired.
Yeah.
So basically,
all those single digits. I don't think there's any single digits left, actually.
There was 1.
0. That's it.
And now it's Adam Ottavino. And Adam Ottavino, we all know, was a diehard Yankees fan growing up. Mm-hmm. His father was an actor in New York City.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, his father wasn't. He grew up in New York City. His father was an actor.
I knew he was a New Yorker, yeah.
And he said, and it's funny, you know what? He met David Cone and said,
I saw that picture.
He said, I'm going to be a Yankee pitcher one day, and look what happened.
Yeah, they said. Yeah, I saw that picture. Like, this was like a 20-year challenge. Yeah. It was an old picture. Yep. In 96 around. It was Ottavino and David Cone.
The one thing
I follow Ottavino on Insta too, so I did see it.
I like when he was in Boston. He said, "Inside enemy territory."
Yes,
I love it.
I did like
He's
that
getting
too.
deep into the rivalry. I love it.
Yeah, he's all in, and I'm all in with him as well. So that's big. Our bullpen's great. Yeah.
So we did all that. Now Brian Cashman, Hal Steinbrenner. Can you go sign one of them?
We're already over the tax, like we've stated a million times. Why not just go all the way over? Who cares about the next rate of being charged, honestly? Like, what is that?
You'll make that money back in 3 months anyway.
Yes, these guys are money makers, especially Bryce Harper. He is one of the faces of Major League Baseball. He is a money maker. If you get him, that contract will pay itself easily. And you imagine all the merchandise that'll be flying off the shelves if the Yankees get Bryce Harper.
The thing that really bothers me is a lot of players that go places. Like, if you go to New York and you want a max deal, you got to understand something. You're going to make a crap ton of money on endorsements and double what you're making. So, Bryce Harper, literally, you want 10 years, $300 million? I'll tell you what. How about the Yankees give you... I'll tell you what. I'm not going to disrespect you. You're worth the money. You're worth 10 for 300. I'm going to tell you that. Give you that, and you know what? I guarantee you'll sign a endorsement deal around New York City, multiple, that will even give you more money what you wanted. So, and Manny Machado, here's the same thing. I don't understand. You know, you guys, Manny Machado will never get Stanton money. Get that out of your head, please.
Yeah, that's just not
I don't want to hear it.
Maybe Bryce Harper will, but I'm still skeptical at this point.
Here's my thing. Manny Machado
will not, though. You're 100% right.
Machado, in my opinion, I think Giancarlo Stanton is in a league of his own. He's one of the best. You see what he could do. He's a threat. He can play the outfield. He can hit home runs. He's a home run hitter. Does anything you ask him to. He's a physical specimen.
Yeah.
But listen, Bryce. I'm sorry. Manny Machado is in a league. I feel, in my opinion, is the best infielder in Major League Baseball. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's up there. I mean, it's very. He could be the best, honestly. I would consider him among those ranks. I mean, Nolan Arenado was probably in the discussion. I'm sure there's a few others, but regardless of the situation, we know the player he is already. We beat his stats over the head, so I'm not going to go there.
No,
let's go through A.J. Pollock now. Let's get to A.J. Pollock. So this is another interesting thing, and it would seem to take the Dodgers out of the running for Bryce Harper, so his market just gets smaller and smaller, more teams bowing out the Harper sweepstakes.
Yes.
So Pollock, 4 years, $50 million for the Dodgers. Could also get up to 5 for $60 apparently with the options and clauses or whatever. You know how that goes. So, listen, the Dodgers were very left-handed heavy. We talked about this last week. I guess they wanted to go righty, so they got Pollock. But it's very interesting thing that's going on here because Pollock is 31 years old. And he's getting a 4 or 5 year deal. So what does that pay him to? Around age 35, 36. And you know, it's funny because Manny Machado and Bryce Harper want 10-year deals. And if they go to 10 years, what would that pay him to?
Yep.
Seems to be about age 36. So why are they willing to invest in the older players for multiple years to get to that age, but they don't want to do the 10 for the younger guys? It's very baffling stuff. So, another case of this, Andrew McCutchen is around 32 years old, and he signed a 3-year deal with the Phillies. Guess what that takes him to? Age 35.
Yep.
You see the theme here? It doesn't make much sense to me.
We can literally...
You know, it's just like... It's baffling stuff that's going on right now. How these two guys are not signed. It's still beyond me.
Yeah, it's really mind-boggling, and it's really upsetting in a way. And
we're definitely over it.
In my opinion, it's extremely disrespectful
to both of them.
You're basically saying, "Oh, you're not worth any money." Let me explain something to you. Since these guys have gotten to the league, they have made baseball fun. I love watching Bryce Harper. Bryce Harper's RH.
He's box office Bryce Harper.
Bryce Harper is a week younger than you are.
Yeah, he's right around my
age.
He's
in October, yeah. You're October 12th, 92. He's October something, 92.
Okay.
I'm June 92. So I'm the old man here. So here's the thing. So here's the thing. And also, when you watch Manny Machado, I've watched him last year. When the season started, I watched Lou, and when we played the Orioles, I watched every game because I was interested. I knew we could get this guy.
Yeah.
So I noticed something.
He
hits extremely well at Yankee Stadium.
And with runners in scoring position, which is a huge thing we lacked, which is why I thought we would get him to fill that need, but here we are.
What's the problem with the Yankees every year?
2 issues. Too many strikeouts, and we don't hit with runners in scoring positions.
Thank you.
And he would cut down on both of those tremendously.
This is here's the way I see it. Our offense could have the...
It's good how it is now. It's very good. It's top 5 at least, probably, if maybe even top 3. But if you put them in it, it's 1 by itself with no one else.
I'm going to give you a football analogy right now.
Go ahead.
The Yankees have the opportunity to be like a New England Patriots type offense, but they play like the... I'm going to give you this. They play like a certain team that Kansas, in my opinion, the... Cincinnati Bengals in a way. They could
that's
in a
way
drop off. When you strike out, in my opinion, that's a penalty. In my opinion, you don't hit with runners in scoring position. That's another penalty.
Right.
You can't have it. You gotta score when people are on second and third in scoring position, and there's no outs, and you don't bring them in. That's a problem.
I actually have another analogy. It's kind of like the Houston Texans. Like they'll make the playoffs, but they don't get it done when it counts.
No, you know what? I like
How about that one?
Yes. The Houston Texans, yes. Yeah, and you know what? The Yankees have the talent like the Houston Texans, too.
Probably more, honestly.
Yeah, but we got more firepower than they do.
Although 2 different sports, but let's get back to Pollock for a sec. So, what do you think this does for the Dodgers? Do you think this helps them out? Do you think this makes them a better team? Like, how do you view this move if he stays healthy? Because it's a big roll of the dice because he's been injured a lot.
Well, you know what? They feel that they couldn't get Harper, and they needed outfielders.
Yeah.
So, and
I agree
he's
with
a righty,
that.
right?
He's a righty, so he balances the lineup a little bit.
It's pretty funny because when they need a right-handed bat, they went out and got one. We need a lefty. We don't do that, do we?
Yeah,
pisses me off.
Still waiting for that.
But A.J. Pollock, you know what? It's a good signing. You know what? He gets a lot of money for his age, but you know what? They don't have Puig anymore.
Or Kemp.
Yep, they don't have Kemp. You know what? Maybe we saw what he could do when he's healthy. It's a matter of if he stays healthy.
If he plays 140 games, I think they'd be thrilled, honestly. He put up great numbers through that.
Listen, the guy's a tremendous talent.
He's familiar with the division as well, so there's no adjustment, no switching leagues, nothing. So that's a good sign as well.
Do you think we were ever interested in Pollock or absolutely
not? At all. Not even a little bit, honestly. Because, it just was never even a thought. We just don't seem very willing to go get any outfielder, honestly, which we need lefties, left field. Giancarlo could play it, but Gardner might have to play sometimes, but enough of that. So I think the Dodgers can make it back to the World Series maybe even win it if they land JT Realmuto. I think that would be the move that would really push the needle for the Dodgers to help them over that hump, because if you add JT...
They don't have Grandal anymore.
But think about this. If you take off Grandal and you put JT, that's a huge improvement right there. Everything's better instantly with JT. Defense is a million times better. He can hit for better average. The power numbers will be very similar. So if they do JT and Pollock, that team can definitely get back to the World Series, maybe win it, in my opinion.
No. You know what? The Dodgers have been in the World Series.
They're still a big threat. Don't sleep on them.
Am I right? They've been in the World Series the past 2 years?
Yes.
And they
haven't gotten it done, obviously.
They've had a dolt. Well, I'm just hoping that doesn't happen on Sunday. Oh, boy, that's all. All right. Anyway, so with that, you know what? The Dodgers, if they get JT Realmuto, let me tell you something. He'll make that team 100 times better. You're absolutely right. And Dave Roberts is going to definitely love that.
Yeah.
And you know what? The Dodgers still have Bellinger.
Yeah, I still like Bellinger a lot.
They have Seager. Is he hurt?
Seager will be back. That's why there's no interest to bring back Machado in theory. So,
let me ask you this: if he was still injured bad, do you think they would have re-signed Machado?
I think it would have been more considered than it's being now. I'm not sure how injured Seager would have been.
I want to know: did he even like playing in LA?
No, it doesn't seem like it at all. I don't know if he hated it, but I heard some things that it was not the best match, that they didn't love him there, and apparently he didn't like his time there that much. And also I've heard that he doesn't really want to be on the West Coast. He wants to be back in the East. So I'm not sure. And speaking of that, apparently the Padres the freaking Padres have entered the race for Manny Machado. This is just ridiculous. This is what it's come to now that we're talking about the Padres getting Manny Machado.
The Padres
the basement-dwelling Padres.
They haven't done anything significant since that. Didn't we sweep them in the World Series?
In 1998, I believe, yes. I want to say. Or was it 99?
It was. We swept them?
And
weren't they the better team, too?
I'm not too sure.
No. In '98, we were the best team in baseball. We were definitely.
It might have been that. That's really going back in time. So let me try to look quick just for fun. Let's see. I barely witnessed this. If I did witness this, I have no memory of it. So that's fun. Yes, 1998 Padres, and yeah, we won 114 games. That was the best team we ever had, like you said. And it looks like. What's the score of this series? Why can't I see this? I don't understand why it's not telling me. Oh, yes, we swept them. Okay, yeah. Like you said. Yeah, easy money. That was a no contest. So, yeah, that's the last time they've really done anything of note. I mean, they made the playoffs a couple times. Not in a while, though. But they had that one-game playoff. They lost to Colorado, I remember. So, they are not a relevant franchise, though. That's the point of what we're trying to say. But, honestly, them and the White Sox is very similar stuff if you think about it, because they both have a lot of prospects. They both can technically spend money since they don't have many big contracts, and they're both hopeful. They're all based on future potential. We don't know anything about either of them yet, although the Padres have a bunch of, I think, 10 prospects in the top 100, so maybe they'll rise faster than the White Sox. We'll see. But I think the White Sox have an easier division, so...
Yeah. Bless you. Bless you.
Okay, yeah, so that's how laughable this has become. If he actually signs with the Padres or White Sox, I'm still going to be beside myself. If that happens, I will be embarrassed to wear this. We can't let that happen. You can't let him go to those bottom dwellers. Come on, just give him what he needs. Because there's a new report that we're still very far apart with money on Machado, that we're not out of it per se, but the money's nowhere close to what he and his agent are looking for, so... I'm not sure if we're going to bridge that gap, what they'll do, if they'll accept a discount. Here's the scenario I'm hoping for that I've stated, kind of. Although, as much as I want us to get Bryce Harper, if the Phillies get Harper, they're out on Machado. That pushes him back to just Yankees, White Sox, and I guess maybe Padres. At that point, come on, dude. You know what to do. If it comes down to those three, you better make the right decision. Let's put it that way. Although the money might be a little bit off, but think about the winning and all the better baseball you'll be playing instead of meaningless baseball with those bottom dwellers.
Can we just go out and do it, please?
Yeah, please. This is agonizing stuff. I would love to be with you in Tampa, be chilling, and get to see them walk through somehow. But I don't think it's going to be that quick. I'm not sure how long these guys are going to wait. But, maybe they will sign before spring training. Although JT Martinez.
How long did... I was literally just about to ask you that.
I figured. I should have let you
when did he sign? Because he took forever.
He took till February 25th. So if that's the outlier, we might be in for a long ride with these two.
Let me ask you this: JT Martinez, who was in on him? When he went to Boston, I know everybody knew that. It
was a very quiet market for him. It's a similar situation almost, because I didn't really remember anyone besides Red Sox being in on him. He didn't
get what he wanted.
No, he got way less. He got around half of what he wanted.
What did he?
He wanted I think he wanted 5 for 200 or something. He wanted 200.
What did he get?
He got 120, I think. Or 5 for 120 or 5 for 100. Let me check his contract right now, actually.
And what did he do in the playoffs? He was a stud.
He was the best signing of last year, and he was one of the latest signings. He was by far the best signing, as much as I hate to admit it.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yes, we can still get this done. It can still happen.
One of these players could have a big impact on us if we make it to the World Series. It could be that could be it.
They could be our JT Martinez. That's what I was hoping Machado would be. You make a great point with that. Okay, I have the exact numbers here. So 5 for 110 they ended up doing, which was still half of what he wanted. So will something like this happen with Machado or Harper? Would they fall into our laps? We can only hope.
Here's the thing. If they didn't get what they wanted by now, they're not getting what they want.
So that does give us hope. I think the longer it goes, the more of a shot we have, because the numbers come down and we'll be more comfortable with it. So, all right, enough of them. We've exhausted that topic. I'm tired of talking about it. I'm exhausted.
It makes my blood pressure go
Yeah,
up.
it's just very stressful. All the crap I see on Twitter every day from all these people that know nothing, speculating about everything.
No, the thing is, too, on Twitter, you were right. The reporting is
horrible. Even like the verified guys, they don't even know at this point.
And then, you know what?
The only guy I trust is Rosenthal, honestly, still.
They should have a cup of coffee with...
Yeah. They should have a cup of coffee with Rosenthal. Maybe they'll learn something. So, alright, so let's go over some other small moves that have taken place, and then we'll wrap this up. Like I said, this will be a short show. It's not too much going on. It's all speculation still, but here's what has happened. So, last week we missed Cody Allen. He signs around a one-year deal, $9 million with the Angels. He was 4-6. His ERA was in the 4s. He had a very tough season, but in his career, he has a 2.98, 149 saves, so I guess the Angels are hoping he could bounce back.
Where was he last year?
Indians.
Okay.
You remember Cody Allen? He was like the finesse pitcher the Indians had.
Oh.
We hit him very hard a couple of times, I'm pretty sure. He's really not that good, honestly, but let the Angels deal with that. So then another move that came through today, Freddie Galvis. 1 year, $5 million with the Blue Jays.
I saw that, yes.
Yeah, he had 13 homers, 67 RBIs, 248, 2.3 wins above replacement. He's a career 246 hitter, so what you see is what you get. You're not getting anything crazy. He plays good defense. He's a marginal hitter, but for Toronto it makes some sense. They don't really have a shortstop, so good move for them. Then the Rangers signed Sean Kelly, who we talked about last week. 1 year, $2.5 million.
That's a guy from Red Sox?
No, that's Joe Kelly. He's with the Dodgers.
Okay.
But we also talked about him as well. Sean Kelly was with Oakland.
Oh, okay. I'm getting them confused.
Yeah, he's 35. He's been around the block a little bit. He's a veteran pitcher. It's a decent move for Texas. I mean, they need someone in the bullpen. So, we talked about the Padres before with Manny Machado, but the more realistic option and scenario I see happening, actually Mike Moustakas may end up taking his talents there.
You know, Eric Hosmer, who's on the Padres, he's really pushing them to go get Moose. He said they don't need Machado.
Right. Yes.
They're best friends from...
Yes. He likes Moustakas a lot. They spend time together. They're World Series champions.
If we don't get Machado or Harper... I think we should take a flyer on Moose.
I said that last week. I agree with that too because he can play.
Lefty bat.
We need the lefty bat. He can spell first base, which could still be an issue. And actually, I'm going to bring up an interesting scenario I saw on Twitter, and I want to see if you would go for this. So one of my followers, mutual following, I think we both follow this guy, but Bobby Malone had stated,
yes,
you probably saw this then, about Joey Gallo, the Texas Rangers first baseman. Joey Gallo, let's see. He had 41 homers last year. He had 40 the year before.
How many RBIs? Does it say?
He had 92 RBIs and 80 RBIs.
All right, it's consistent.
The only problem is his strikeouts and low batting average.
Let me guess, is he a 220 batter?
He's actually lower than that, believe it or not.
Don't tell me he's under 200.
No. He's not Chris Davis.
That guy's garbage.
Oh, God, is he ever. So he hits 206 and 209 the last two seasons. 207 strikeouts, 196 Ks. But here's the thing with Gallo. He's a huge power threat. He's a lefty. He would balance us a little bit, but the issue with adding him would be he's not another one of those all or nothing guys. So how would you feel if this actually came to fruition? This is all completely fabricated and made up. There's probably no chance this happens. I just thought it was a curious thing because it would kind of solve our issue at first base, and
I think
he would knock a lot of homers out.
I think at first base, I like Luke Voigt. I want to ride his.
Okay.
Because Luke.
Yeah.
But I mean. But you know what? If we have a chance to get in my opinion, we don't need another strikeout guy. We really don't.
Yeah, that's the one issue.
You know what? I think, in my opinion, Giancarlo, he's not going to strike out as much this time anymore.
Yes, I think you'll see better baseball from Giancarlo. I expect
he's comfortable now.
I expect under 200 strikeouts, over 40 homers, over 100
RBIs. Did Judge strike out? He just strikes out a lot, too.
Yeah, that's the thing. And Gary does a little bit, too. And Luke Voigt kind of Ks a lot, too. That's the thing. Like, it's hard to add another guy like that,
Doesn't LeMahieu, he does not strike out?
Yeah, that's the one good thing I'm happy about him. He only had 85 Ks, which was probably the lowest, I would guess, out of anyone. Let's maybe Gleyber Torres because he didn't play the full season.
In Major League Baseball, in your opinion, who strikes out the most? It's Davis, right? It's one of.
Oh yeah, Chris Davis. I mean, Giancarlo's up there. Harper actually had a lot of whips too, which might be another concern the Yankees have with him. I'm not too sure.
Well, the Yankees said they're concerned with his defense. But
yes, the defense we talked about also.
Listen, that's fixable.
Yeah.
At Yankee Stadium in left field, he'll be fine.
Yeah, also, they said he was trying to be careful of the injury. He didn't want to get himself hurt, so maybe he wasn't going all out, per se, for a lot of the defensive plays. He was trying to protect himself for the free agency, which isn't exactly right, but I understand it in a sense. So his defense was horrendous last year. There's no way around that, unfortunately. But like Bobby said, I think he would step it up if he was with us. Or whoever gets him, I think he'll be better defensively, honestly. I think it was just a down year. It happens to the best of them. He's not a Gold Glover by any means, but he's better than what you saw last year.
Oh yeah, much better. He'll be fine. Just give the kid a chance.
So let's see what else we have to go through here. The A's got Marco Estrada. He used to be a Blue Jay. He had.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, that guy is.
He was 7-14 with a 5.6. Had a horrendous season, but his career ERA is 4.2, so they're hoping he can get back to that, bounce back a little bit. Then another flyer was taken by the Giants on Drew Pomeranz, which a lot of people want.
Drew Pomeranz on the Red Sox last year.
Yes, he's now a Giant. 1 year, $1.5 million. This guy was horrendous last year. He was hot garbage. 2-6 with ERA over 6. He was absolutely horrible.
He had a cup of coffee with the Red Sox.
He was. You love that now.
I love that.
Oh my God, he was. But he was coming off injury. His career ERA is 3.92, so the Giants are hoping he can get back to himself. A lot of these deals I'm talking about, it's a common theme, with people hoping they can get something back of a resemblance of what they used to be, because last year you didn't see it.
Yeah.
So the Cubs signed Brach to a deal, one for $3 million. He had a 0.3 wins above replacement, 2-4, ERA of 3.5. His career is 3.08. Just another bullpen guy since they lost Wilson and Jesse Chavez. So they had to replace him with somebody. And let's see what else we have here. Okay, so Hunter Strickland with the Mariners, just to wrap up some bullpen stuff. That's actually the guy that threw at Bryce Harper. Remember when Bryce Harper hit that bomb off him with the Giants? There was a big showdown between those two. He's now moved on to the Mariners. Last year he struggled a little bit, 3-5 with a 3.97. But in his career, another story of a redemption maybe. 19 saves, his ERA under 3. Yeah. So maybe he can get back to himself.
You get an ERA at 3 or under 3, it's pretty decent.
Yeah, I think the Mariners, maybe he'll pitch a little better. We'll see. So what else is on this agenda? There's two things actually. Nick Markakis, 1 year for $6 million. I thought this was a bargain for the Braves.
And he got offered more money elsewhere.
Yes, he really wanted to go back to Atlanta, so that's a good thing for them. It really helps them out. The outfield depth is soft. So we were talking about Marwin Gonzalez for them last week. I wouldn't think that's going to happen now.
No.
I still think the White Sox have a decent shot at Marwin. We'll see what ends up happening. Maybe the Astros, but again, I don't know anything about that, I guess, because we don't know. It's just drawn out. We don't know what's going to happen. So let's take a look at this. So Markakis had 14 homers, 93 ribbies, 297 average. Very nice numbers. He had a nosedive.
He still does it
at
his age.
He's been playing great. He has over 2,000 hits very quietly. Probably one of the most underrated players of our generation, honestly. And I think that it's a great deal, like we talked about. And then the Yankees are actually in the market for a 6-starter. We've been saying this for a while. So Gio Gonzalez, Irving Santana will follow me on Twitter, by the way.
He did?
Yeah, he has a bunch of followers, but apparently I'm not one of them. So yes, Irving Santana and Francisco Liriano are on our radar. Those options are not exciting. They don't enthuse me really. They don't move the needle. It's nothing. It's all depth. But if I had to pick from those bums, I guess I would take Gio because he's probably the youngest. Well, maybe Irving's younger, but I think he has the best track record out of all those guys.
Yeah.
So you want to hope that you get something out of him if we do go down that road. But honestly, if I was going to pick from anyone that's a free agent besides Dallas Keuchel, I would do Wade Miley, actually. Yeah. He looked good in the playoffs last year. He pitched well for the Brewers. I know it's on a large sample size, but I think he's the best option if you want to stay with the low-cost guys, like 6-starter types.
Yeah.
But I don't think we'll get him, though, so that's not really possible, I don't think. Well, it is, but I don't think we'll actually do it. And the last thing here is that Nicholas Castellanos, who I've talked about a couple times, now wants the Tigers to trade him. There have been rumblings about him getting traded. He wants out. He's not happy. he's on a contract year. He doesn't want to be playing for a bottom dweller. He wants a situation where he can win, which is understandable. So we'll see if the Tigers accommodate his request. And apparently he wants to be moved before spring training, so I guess he wants them to speed it up.
Yeah. Yeah, speed it up. Like, hurry up.
Yeah. Hurry up. Like, a lot of things need to hurry up.
Yes.
I'm with Castellanos. Get him out. He doesn't need to be stuck there. And then JT Realmuto, please trade him before spring training so we can stop talking about this.
Derek Jeter, just do it.
Please get rid of him.
When we got Giancarlo, when did we get him? Like December?
Yes, this was the December move.
And he was. They were going to trade him when we got him. Like within a week or two of them saying he was going to get traded.
It was very quickly how it happened. It was very stunning. A lot of people didn't see it, but it happened. So. I think that's about all we have for today, honestly.
Yeah, you know what?
It's a shorter day.
You know, we don't have a lot to talk about, unfortunately, but, you know, that's how baseball is nowadays, so we just got to deal with it. The season's coming up. You know, it's right around the corner. You know, right now it's the end of January in the first month of 2019, and you see what... You got a big week coming up. You got the Super Bowl coming up this week.
Yes.
And, listen, we all want these signings to happen. Spring training, pitchers and catchers report on Valentine's Day, February 14th on a Thursday. That is 2 weeks away. That is 16 days away right now.
Yes,
so
it's getting real.
Get something done. We are tired of waiting. We want to report because when they are down there, we'll get to see what's going on. Everybody wants to see what happens. And, you know, whether the Yankees, I just want them both to sign, get these big guys their contracts because they deserve it. Let's just get started. Jewel, I know with football being over, now our focus is on baseball.
Yes, it's going to be a big shift because the free agency hasn't happened for a minute, so we're going to have some time. There's the franchise tags. But speaking of football, we might as well announce this now.
Yes.
We're going to film our show on Friday for the Super Bowl, and we plan on releasing it Saturday. So that'll be the next thing you see from us after this. So I hope everyone enjoys that.
So with that, I would also like to add on our Super Bowl show, we would like people to call us on our phone numbers.
Yes.
Right now, I will give you, I'm going to do this. I'm going to give out my phone number right now. Right now, whoever wants to call up and be on our show, my number personally is 201-450-6109. If you want to be on, call us up and we will get you on. We'll talk about the big matchup between the Rams and my New England Patriots back in the third straight Super Bowl, trying to get that sixth ring. We're blitzed for 6. Everything we got, we're haters be our motivators. We'll see what happens. But Julian and I, you know, we're very excited about this. Got a big show. I know for a fact, you know what? I can tell you right now, I got some tricks up my sleeve. I'm not going to tell you guys what, but it's ready. Pats Nation, let's hear it. Let's get excited. It's a big, big matchup. It's a rematch of our first Super Bowl where the dynasty began. Can we keep it going? Let's see. But for this show, like we said, you know, you got some stuff done. Congratulations to everyone who made it into the Hall of Fame for baseball, especially Mariano Rivera, Mike Messina, and Roy Halladay.
Edgar Martinez,
yes.
Yeah.
So
Lee Smith and Harold Baines as well, the Veterans Committee.
So congratulations to them.
To all of them.
And basically, that is all. You have anything you want to add?
Yes, there's a couple things, but I'll be brief. So, on the Hall of Fame, I didn't say this before, but I think Fred McGriff got a raw deal. I think he should make it one day. He was 7 homers short of 500. He was close to 3,000 hits. He just couldn't quite get there. And I think the Veterans Committee will get him in one day, hopefully, because his time on the ballot ended. Only got 35%. Also, 2 guys to look for next year. Larry Walker's last year on the ballot is next year. He made a big jump to 55%. Can he make one more to get the 75 he needs? We'll see next year. That'll be controversial, too, because the whole Coors Field thing. And then Kurt Schilling was at 61%. Many think he may make it next year. I hope he doesn't because I don't like him, but we'll see if he does. So, that's that for Baseball Hall of Fame. For football, like Bobby said, call us. We're going to have a lot of people involved in this. My number, 201-232-3555. You can call me as well. We already have some people planning to call, and we have plenty of surprises up our sleeve for the show. I have one as well that won't be revealed yet. So that should be a great show. Also, Instagram, GT Sports Talk, GTSSPORTS. That's it. Talk. Yeah, so you guys know that already, I feel like. Yeah. Also, we're still looking for sponsors. If someone wants to get in the action, there wouldn't be a better time than now for Super Bowl. So I'm putting that out there again. That would be huge. It would help us. It would help you. Whoever wants to receive this message, hopefully someone does. But we'll see how that goes. I'm Julian Gallardi.
I'm Bobby Thompson.
And we'll be back for Super Bowl Sunday.
Yes, we will. Go Pats.
Rams.
That was a good one. Did you like that?